Hey everybody, and welcome back. So I did a vlog, and this vlog is the latest in my installment of reading disturbing books. That is a thing I do on this channel. This is either episode 6 or 7, though at this point I've pretty much already lost track. I read Lovesick by Jon Athan, which was my first book that I read from this author who has been highly requested on this channel. I read Born to Bleed by Ryan C. Thomas, who is the author of The Summer I Died. This book is the sequel to that book, so we're gonna see what's up. We're gonna see if it lives up to the hype. And I read Gone to See the Riverman by Kristopher Triana. If you want to see my live thoughts and live reactions to these books, stay tuned. Okay, hold on. No, this is not it. This is not the angle. This angle. Oh shit. Okay, is this good? All right, hi. So after doing some heavy and copious amounts of research, I finally found a book I wanted to read, and that is Gone to See the Riverman by Kristopher fuck. What's his name? Kristopher fuck. Can you imagine that? I'm Gone to See the Riverman by Kristopher fuck. Kristopher Triana, that's his name, Kristopher Triana. So yeah, I'm about to start. I'm just gonna do updates in here because I don't want to be seen. Hopefully he goes to another part of the venue so I can be in my normal area and not be talking to a fucking camera while someone is like literally just right there. I don't want to be seen in my shame. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do we see each other? Do we see each other eye to eye, like spiritually at the moment? Because I don't know how anyone could be comfortable with, he can probably hear me right now. I should probably just fucking go. I mean, right now this doesn't look like much because it's like we're having a chill chat together. But girl, I mean, like, do you know what this looks like in real life? Imagine, this is my camera. Okay, imagine this. Like, hi, hello, how are you? My book today is blah, 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 blah. Imagine seeing that in real fucking life. It's just not it. It's not the vibe. I look like a fucking asshole. So we're gonna be reading Gone to See the Riverman by Kristopher Triana. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a whole ass fucking thing. And I hope the book is good. I hope this footage is usable and there's not too much echo, and even if there is, deal with it. I mean, I advise you to kind of just deal with it in the interest of our friendship. So I'm gonna read this book now. I don't know what it's about. I think my friend Marcy recommended it on a live show. Shout out to you, Marcy, you the bomb. Yeah, I think this book is about this woman named Lori who is writing letters to this serial killer who brutally murdered a bunch of fucking women. It's like, girl, what kind of taste in men is this? Like, what the fuck? Look, who am I to talk? My taste is like, shit. I've never dated a serial killer, I think. Apparently this book won like a Splatterpunk award or some shit like that, so it's got a reputation, it's reputable, it's got a fan base, and I'm just gonna hope, and yeah, updates soon.
The next day.
So I read nothing yesterday, so in order to give myself the illusion of productivity, I am editing a super random video I filmed, which is probably up. I'm not gonna spoil what it is. It's this video I did on this book called The Sluts by Dennis Cooper, which is a book I read completely randomly, out of nowhere. Just had to talk about it because there was stuff that had to be talked about, so I'm gonna link it down below. It's got no spoilers, so don't worry. But yeah, right now, I'm trying to get this vlog edited. I filmed it during the day, so this is not my setup. There's no pink lighting in the background because it was literally like that random. I don't know if I made any sense. Also, there's somebody, I want to vlog out in the garden, but I think there's like somebody working out there right now and I don't want to be seen, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what the game plan is. I don't know what's up. Shit, okay, I'll figure something out.
2 seconds later.
Okay, hi, I am in a state of complete danger. I know I just said that I didn't want to be seen vlogging, showing myself, exposing myself, so any moment now, the whoever is there could show up and whoever is in that room can probably hear me. So yeah, there's really no fucking point in me trying to be silent. I will not be silenced by embarrassment. I refuse to be silenced by potential embarrassment, okay? Thumbs up this video if you refuse to be silenced by potential embarrassment. I don't know. So, as I was saying, I'm reading Gone to See the Riverman by Kristopher Triana. So I'm halfway through the book. We follow this woman named Lori. She's in contact with this serial killer named Edmund, and he is apparently someone who is in jail. He brutally murdered a bunch of women. For some reason, he's got a bunch of female fans, and this Lori girl that we are reading from the perspective of is like fuck these bitches. I need to be his like main hoe. I need to be like the main girl he loves. So in order to do that, in order to secure my affections with this guy, I'm gonna do this weird favor that he asked for, which is go to this cabin, look for a chest, and get this key and give it to this mysterious like riverman, okay? So that's what she's doing. That's what we're up to at this point. There is gonna be some potential, I can sense some potential human activity in this area, so I might need to run for my life at any moment. I'm a mess. Anyway, so she gets this key. The chest she gets the key in is not one that we expect it to be. Pretty gnarly, pretty fucked up. And now she's gonna find this riverman. She has this sister with her. Something's up with this sister, I can tell. The things people will do to demonstrate their love, it's fucked up. I can relate. So far, I'm really enjoying the characters. The flashbacks are pretty detailed, but they're not like overbearing and, you know, annoying, and like they don't take away from the story. I'm sick of crows. Seeing why she is choosing to do what she is doing based on what had gone down as a kid, what had impacted her. Her relationship with her two siblings seems to be very fraught, very strained. And yeah, some scenes are truly disturbing and twisted. I feel like I'm reading a 300-page book because of how detailed it is. The last time a book gave me these vibes was probably True Crime by Samantha Kolesnik. So I'm glad to have these vibes all over again, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading and I will check in soon. I need to get out of here. I need to get the fuck out of here, dude. So I'm getting bitten by fucking mosquitoes. The things I do for y'all, okay? That's number one, recognize. These plants are attacking me. Shit, oh my gosh. What is this, The Ruins by Scott Smith? Oh my gosh, okay, hey everyone. I'm gonna get into a bit of spoilers now because I really wanna discuss the two chapters that I thought to be the most disturbing. And this is chapters 13 and chapter 16. Okay, before I get into spoilers, I just want to say that in the flashbacks we do get a further explanation into the family dynamics of Lori and her younger sister and her younger brother. We don't learn about what happened to these two until, you know, later on in the book when we get flashbacks telling us about the full past. And yeah, so I'm gonna put this logo up and just tap 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 your phone until you don't see this anymore. And the spoiler will be over. Oh my gosh, y'all, chapter 13 and chapter 16. What the fuck was that? Like, what the fuck was this surprise incest out of nowhere? And like, bitch. Dude, it was so hard to read. I was like, so grossed out. Like, I made the audiobook go so fast because I was just like, I can't keep listening to this. Like, the scene when fucking Lori was like forcing her brother to fuck her because she was just so jealous of her sister, you know, getting with this hot guy that she wanted to get with, but this hot guy chose to go with the sister instead. And I was just like, this is not how you do things. And I guess this is like a commentary on growing up in like a, you know, backwards, puritanical, conservative household. But yeah, it was like so difficult to read. And I was just like, this is horrible. And especially when they were showing how the brother was getting all like gradually more depressed at what she was forcing him to do. I was just like, this is not okay. This is just, no, this is just not it. He was getting more traumatized, not eating. Clearly, the parents were concerned. If they had known why he was acting out the way he was, oh my gosh, like, therapy, lock this bitch up, throw away the keys. Yeah, this story is way darker than I thought it was gonna be, so I'm gonna just continue reading and tell you what I think about the book overall when I am done, and check in soon. Okay, the spoiler is over, and yeah, I am dead inside. Alright, hey everyone, so I just finished the book. I just finished Gone to See the Riverman by Kristopher Triana. This was a very, very interesting read. I have a lot of thoughts. So I didn't really care for where the story went, you know, at the end, the direction it took in the third act. When the Riverman actually comes in and we find out the significance of this character, I wasn't too thrilled about what the implications of that were. However, despite the fact that I wasn't super into where the story went, the ending itself completely... We love dogs. The ending itself completely nailed the landing. The final scene itself was bone-chilling. It completely did the story justice. I absolutely loved it, and it made me bump my 3.5-star rating to 4 stars. And what I loved so much about this book was how our character isn't even morally gray. Like, she's actually morally reprehensible given what she did when she was younger, given what she is currently doing, trying to help a serial killer out, and what she does in order to help this guy out is fucking unforgivable. But despite that, you can't help but feel sorry for her. Like, I know that I fucking felt sorry for her. I felt really bad for her. And you know she's digging a 20-foot hole around herself, and you're just like, girls, stop while you're ahead. Just stop, please. But she just keeps going, and she doesn't stop, and that's what sucks. And you truly get a sense of how her unhealthy obsessions are informed by her childhood and the trauma she went through and the, you know, various insecurities and problematic things in her upbringing and the repression and shit like that. This book is gritty, it's graphic, it's disturbing. Yeah, good stuff. If you have any recs, comment them down below. Oh, hey everyone. So I'm going on my walk. So the book I plan on reading next is Born to Bleed by Ryan C. Thomas. And this is the sequel to The Summer I Died by the same author. Obviously, that should be pretty obvious. And I am so excited to get into this book because The Summer I Died was I'm not gonna say fun reading experience, but it was definitely one of the scariest books I've ever read. I mean, some people have written it off as just, you know, standard torture porn, and I don't want to invalidate their opinion of the book. I don't want to lecture anyone. That's the last thing I want to do on this channel. But I do want to say that I can't remember the last time a book made me that scared, and a book made me dread finding out what was gonna happen next that much. So yeah, I'm really excited to dive in. I don't know if The Summer I Died needed a sequel to begin with, but regardless, I'm gonna dive right in. I'm excited, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes us, okay? Check in soon. Let me just adjust myself. What is up? Okay, are we good? Yeah, we're good. So I just started reading the book, and I can tell you now that the beginning of this book is very realistic. Roger obviously has PTSD, and as such, the book opens up with him in therapy. He's still, to this day, very traumatized by the events of the past and by the skinny man and what happened to the people in his life back then. He's a painter, he works for an art gallery, he has fun conversations with people about comic books and horror movies. Ryan C. Thomas is very gifted at writing dialogue that I like to read, you know, the conversations people have, and the way Roger is like constantly wanting to talk about horror with people and name references, and how he sees horror like everywhere. And it's pretty weird, honestly, how somebody who is so traumatized could be such a fan of, like, you know, dark material. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'd be traumatized by it for life if I had gone through what he had gone through. But for all I know, perhaps this is a coping mechanism that will serve Roger later on in the story. So I'm not gonna judge it at any point just yet. I'm digging it so far. I'm not sure where the story is going, and I think that's a good thing because this is a sequel. I don't know what the story is. I didn't read the synopsis, but I did watch this podcast where Ryan C. Thomas was interviewed by these two guys, and they were saying that you could go into this book having not read The Summer I Died. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I have such a deeper connection to Roger because that story, The Summer I Died, was so internal, and what he had gone through in that basement was so visceral that I felt that I was alongside him, feeling the same, you know, powerful emotions that he felt as the things were being done to both him and other people. His connection to Tooth is very strong. The Summer I Died and Pen Pal by Athan Auerbach are the scariest books I've ever read. So I don't know if I'll like this more, I don't know if I'll like this less. We shall see. Either way, chat soon.
Later that day.
Okay, so I really like how Ryan C. Thomas writes Roger to be this guy who's like very awkward and not good in social situations, because I personally find that to be very relatable. I'm also a Ghost in the Shell fan because I was like, that movie, Akira, Psychopaths, the anime, all these cyberpunk animes that are shit that I love. So it's cool to see that in this, in addition to the horror movie Lovin'. I'm just really happy to see that Roger has had some semblance of a life outside of that basement, you know? And yeah, check in soon.
2,000 years later.
Okay, hey everyone! I finished The Summer I Died 2, or Born to Bleed, and I'm gonna give you my full review now because this book was just like the complete opposite of what I thought it was gonna be. I did not know what to expect. I mean, I wasn't shocked to see that Roger was in therapy, because at the beginning of The Summer I Died, we do get to see Roger from the future saying, you know, he can't sleep, he has to take caffeine pills to, you know, block out the nightmares. He's haunted by the dreams of that summer, he's emaciated, he's like malnourished because of how much he keeps himself awake, because of how traumatized he is. This book opens up with him in a semi-better place. I mean, yes, he's still in therapy, yes, he's still haunted. So one of my favorite things about this book is how much we are given reassurance that Roger has had a life outside of that basement. Whether Roger Huntington is the luckiest or unluckiest character in all of horror literature is something I will never have an answer to. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't know what the reputation of this book was. I didn't know what the consensus was. The author takes this book in such a completely different direction. I was so shocked at first to see what I was reading. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. If I hired David Leitch, the guy who directed John Wick and Atomic Blonde and action movies, to direct a sequel to that French film Martyrs, that would be this book, okay? I'd have to change the ending of Martyrs to justify a sequel, but that would be this book. I'd pay really good money to see that film, not gonna lie, not gonna lie. So what I really liked about this book was the dialogue. The dialogue is really, really fun. We are treated to this conversation at the end of the first act, right when the action's about to begin, and the conversation is like a pinball machine. It goes from Peter Jackson to Ayn Rand to horror films, and we learn that Roger makes these like sculptures of superheroes dressed up as horror characters. That was really fun, okay? People who passionately talk about geeky stuff they love are my people. And that's one of the same things I really loved in the first Summer I Died book. I didn't know where the story was going until we get to chapter 13. And then Rancy Thomas was basically like, bitch, I resurrected this character and y'all thought I was gonna fuck around with some PG-13 shit. No, it does get pretty bloody. It does get pretty gnarly. However, I feel like this is the point where a lot of readers might get lost because Roger has abilities that come seemingly out of nowhere, which totally like change some of the emotional stakes in The Summer I Died, because now it kind of gives Roger a sort of plot armor that we thought initially was luck. But when I say that this story goes in a completely different direction, I do not exaggerate this. Like, this was so different from anything I could have imagined for a sequel to this book. I can understand why some people are mad, okay? Because having looked up the reputation since having finished the book, this is very divisive, it's very polarizing, and a lot of the rhetoric surrounding this book mirrors what I feel, which is why I don't know what I can rate this book. Like, this is Army of Darkness level ambitious, okay? In how different it goes in terms of tone, story, genre even. So on that level, I guess I would recommend this with flying colors, because you probably are very curious and you probably want to know what's going on. In that regard, I would recommend this book. There's a sense that some things feel like, you know, Deus Ex Machina plot devices, which without them, Roger would not stand a single chance regarding what he's up against in this book. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot of good things, and I don't want to say I have bad things to say about this book. I just want to say that for some readers, it might be a very jarring experience for you. To say that this story is unpredictable is an understatement, if I've ever heard one. If you have read this book, let me know what you thought. I'm curious. I want to know what you think in the comments down below, okay?
The next day.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. I am about to start the third book in this vlog that I decided to read just last night when my friend Judith Sonnet, the author of The Clown Hunt and For the Sake Of, messaged me last night saying, you need to read this book called Lovesick by Jon Athan. And I have been meaning to read a book from this author for the longest time, and I'm gonna read it and chat with you soon. Okay, hey everyone. This book's got some dark energy. I mean, damn. We follow this guy named Mark. The book opens up with him and a prostitute, and he has made a very weird request of her. Whatever you think it is, it's not. And then we meet his girlfriend and another guy, and we suspect that there is some infidelity happening. Something is up. I think I know what's up. Yeah, this book is really dark, It is disturbing. It is bone-chilling. It is You by Caroline Kepnes, but with the honesty of Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, okay? So I feel like a lot of people might not like this book because it's very, very, very dark. It's very disturbing, but it's also very effective in how it conveys what this person is going through, how this person is, why they're doing what they're doing. It seems to be going to places that are pretty frightening, I will admit. I definitely want to check out more from this author, regardless of what I think about this book, because even if it doesn't end well, I'm still pretty much like invested. So yeah, I'll check in soon. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Hey everyone, so I finished Lovesick by Jon Athan, and y'all are gonna think I'm crazy for how enthusiastically and happy I'm gonna sound talking about this book, especially if you have read this book, because bitch, yes, hell fucking yes, this. Let's get into it, okay? Have you ever read a fucking book from an author and just thought to yourself, why have I never read something from this author before? I am gonna be a fucking simp now because this is the stuff. This is like extreme horror. Scary, actually scary, not just blood and guts, but in the head of the perpetrator. Like, y'all, let me just demonstrate some shit to you. Remember when everybody was like, this book is so bone-chilling because this book takes place from the point of view of the creepy stalker, the bad guy, but then she somehow turns it into a, you know, the stalker is a hot guy that everyone loves and this is like an entertaining thing and we kind of ship them. Fuck that shit, okay? Lovesick is like this book, but honest, darker, and from the mind of whoever did Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. That's the kind of shit I like. Let's get into it. I've got some notes and we're gonna go through the notes, okay? I loved this book. Okay, so just in case my fucking vlogging yesterday was incoherent, I'm gonna summarize the plot again now. We follow a guy named Mark, okay? He was cheated on by his girlfriend, Rebecca, I think? I don't fucking remember this bitch's name. I think it's Rebecca though. And so he comes up with this revenge plan to get back at her, and it's just like, okay. Yes, I support getting back at cheaters as someone who's been a victim of that. It's like, you know what? I don't want to do anything because the law, but if I could get away with it, just kidding. So we read art like this so we can experience the catharsis that we can't have in life because we don't want to get thrown in jail. Reading extreme horror is like playing GTA for me. It's like an avenue to just, you know, just an avenue to just like push back on the darkness. Like, I would never hurt a fly, okay? Just kidding. If somebody did try me, I wouldn't be opposed to slapping a bitch and running away. But I wouldn't do what this guy did, which is why I needed somebody like Jon Athan to think about this shit. So this book is about revenge on the kind of person you would definitely want to see revenge enacted upon, okay? However, this brand of revenge is so cruel. You may be second guessing yourself and feeling sorry for the person the act is being perpetrated on. It's like, she's a bitch, she's a cunt, but this is a bit too much. Also, what makes this book so bone-chilling is the fact that you're with the main character every step of the way. There is no fade to black in this frickin' book. No. Okay, we are there for the whole thing. And let me tell you this, the fact that we're with the main character every step of the way as he thinks about what he's about to do is fucking terrifying. This specific brand of torture, Cronenbergian body horror, you know, like decay and discoloration, green, yellow sludge. This decay is also intermingled with sexual desires of the main protagonist. It is so gross. You could never make this a movie. You could never, I don't know. Look, who has seen the movie Bite? Okay, so maybe you could make this a movie. I don't know. When you cheat on someone, you don't regard their emotions, you don't regard their trauma, and this guy, our protagonist, is someone who is like a genuinely traumatized man. He's not attractive, he has pimples on his face, he's someone who had never had hope in a relationship before, so the fact that his hope was rewarded with betrayal and false hope, and perhaps this was the final straw to break the camel's back, it's really bad all around, okay? That's what makes it fucking scary. This is the insight that, like, A Dead Inside lacked. And I don't want to pit horror book against horror book, okay? I just want to make it abundantly clear that the way I rate books depends on my personal emotions and what I subjectively enjoy. Like, look, I fucking loved Cows by Matthew Stokoe, but everybody I know who's read that book has given it 1 star, has said it was disgusting, has said it was stupid. I gave that book fucking 5 stars, and I'm not gonna apologize for shit, okay? Fuck that, like literally fuck that. So if you share my taste and want like a genuinely scary, bone-chilling experience, I think you would like this. And if you have read from Jon Athan before, please recommend me more books from this author, because I wanna know about what I am missing out on, because I'm clearly missing out on a lot and I want more. I want more where that came from, okay? Okay, thank you so much for watching. Recommend me books you want to see in future episodes, because we're already on episode 6. We might as well go ham. You know, who says this has to stop on episode 10? Let's just keep going. Let's just keep reading all the horror books. All the extreme horror disturbing books. Let's do it. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you in future videos, and as always, take care.
I lose myself